Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with. Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. Neither myself nor any of the Mondstadt garrison are— I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
The Fatui? Again? But who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more—
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius in the air— We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences. No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, we could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant. But if the all of our past efforts would have been wasted. You are in fact the best candidate to but you need not emphasize your role as the Honorary Knight. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
Whoa, leave it to Master Jean to come up with such a thorough plan!
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition. Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way—
Hello, we're here to—
Hello? Did I hear you correctly? Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me? Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do. Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligent actions, and give me a proper introduction. That's
etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy, and neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping. But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the— What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility? I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are— Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners. Now I have more pressing matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
Ugh, so this is what Master Jean meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight! I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here. Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble.
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seemed...
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't... You just have to keep at it and never give up. Hey, what?
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert, but it turns out that he's a peculiar...
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. I've been on the receiving end of his lectures
you mean everyone in the lore...
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan. My good buddy, Eola.
Buddy?
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but Eola is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with...
That's strange. If Eola is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eola?
Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eola joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her. In their eyes, Eola is nothing but a traitor to the family. She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning.
Thanks, Amber. All right.
Good luck, you two.
Who would have guessed the Knights have a member of the Lawrence clan? Well, if you want to learn about the conduct of the Lawrence clan, who better to ask than one of their own family members? The Fatui! What are they doing here? Is that why Eola was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later! Eat this!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Not the
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
What?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not if I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit. Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean, but...
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch-enemies?
Arch-enemies?
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort 2 strangers guilty of stealing, which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Speaking of which, how—
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. He's so obsessed with etiquette that—
I understand now. But why do you mean to investigate him? I see.
No! This is an assignment from Master G!
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt. Everyone in the Lawrence clan—
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're no—
Oh, so that's what you think of me?
But, didn't you see him first?
Curious. We've only— I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan.
That's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster—
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry. Still...
Ah, you finally arrived. There's no time—
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe— Don't worry. There's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the—
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to— Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of—
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling— But you needn't worry. At least, not whilst we're investigating this matter. If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless. But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment. I'm sure you understand. Good. Now, there are 2 key points that Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrat—
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique— Mark my words! Vengeance will be
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange? It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formality. For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn."
As the morning dew does what now?
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not— Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
But didn't you just say my dear friend and—
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used. It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were— This is only the first step in making a greeting.
Wait! This is all too perhaps it would be better if you—
Ah, very well. Come with me. We'll—
Oh, you're Eola of the...
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always take— Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil.
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do, just beat it. Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we...
Hey! Don't leave! Halt!
Wow. The Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else. You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility. Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find some... I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words. Vengeance... You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take...
Please calm down.
I know she's a knight of Favonia. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to... And if that wasn't enough...
But mark my word.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here. I'm sorry, but I want her to listen here. If you don't want things...
Forget it. There's no point in... It's all right. This happens quite often.
Paimon thinks...
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already... Don't worry. What with perhaps my aristocratic manner...
So this is the way things are normally for you?
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's as memories are carried in the city breeze. The faults of such grief... At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing...
Yeah! Why were you so willing to...
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either. Let's leave it at that. Just think of it, but unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but...
no need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it, right? Right? We'll just have to let's just keep Eola from getting...
Well then, I'm glad a proper manner of speech is more... But we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragon... If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, for example, you can see that, but a well-trained aristocrat...
Paimon thinks we've left compared to what we've already seen. This should be a piece of cake.
You look pretty... All right, let's get started. That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult, remember. Not bad. A lot better. Don't flatter. This scenario was relatively... There's a ley line monolith. True elegance is the ability to calmly yet swiftly make my family set only... Let's proceed.
Race you!
This is the ley line monolith. Go ahead, activate it. But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly.
Disappear!
Well done. Your performance was... And you managed to remain calm even in these... Given such an outstanding performance...
Like Paimon said,
you. Well done. Your performance was most impressive. And you managed to remain calm even in these grueling dragon spine surroundings. Given such an outstanding performance, it seems...
Like Paimon said, adventuring is hard. So, that's it for our training.
Hold on. I was commending the travelers.
What? You mean Paim?
Yes, of course. You were frantically flying, and did you even listen to anything I was trying to teach?
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever the reason, not heeding my instructions. Now, drink.
Huh? What is it?
Certainly not. Didn't you just say that you were freezing? Drink it.
Oh, thank you.
If I wasn't, then why would I care about you being cold? If you turned into a Paimon popsicle, so, dear friend, don't die on me out here.
Ah! Paimon knew something was off.
All in the name of vengeance. Now then, given that your training is complete, it's time we return. I already have something in mind. Let's pay Sarah.
Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the honorary knight.
We meet again, Amber. Seems we're just bound to run into you these days.
Well, I just got back and was thinking about grabbing a bite at Good Hunter. But...
Very well. It's been some time since we've last shared a meal together. Come, take a seat. We can discuss my uncle's gift while we eat.
Yes? Is there something else you'd like to order?
Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut?
We'll take... Coming right up. It'll take some time to prepare. I'll have it here at the counter.
Hold on a moment. Is this
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't order any vegetables, I thought I'd throw in a...
So, we clearly didn't order this. Yet you prepared it without authorization.
You're gonna take revenge on her for
You should know me by now. That's the kind of villainous character I am. Well then, please wait a moment while I get the dish for your uncle started.
Delicious unauthorized delicacies.
Why would you choose gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut as a gift for your uncle?
This dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only long-standing patrons such as my uncle would know about the dish.
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, not too many people are fond of it these days. Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't even finish a bite. I've nicknamed it gebratenes Fleisch.
I never expected us to have such completely different tastes in food. If I were... Of course not. It's hard to find someone in Mondstadt that attracts contempt as much as
It's fine when you're just joking between us. But I'm afraid our honorary knight, Eula's always talking about vengeance. But that's just how she is. It's nothing.
But I am serious. And I'll remember every transgression committed against me.
Paimon's starting to realize that Eula is actually a very good person. There's no need to be so awkward when you want to say something nice.
Listen, you've never been labeled as a social pariah, have you?
Well...
So that's why you wouldn't understand how hard it is for a bad person to try to be good. It's impossible for me, and Alright, no need to look so sullen. I'm just kidding. Come on, let's eat. The food...
Oh, I'm stuffed.
No need. I've left the mora under the plate. If you try to settle it with her in person, don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge. Sarah won't get the upper hand. Alright, next you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp at the top of the mountain near Springvale. He usually
aren't you coming with us, Eula?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient for me. It'd be... yes. Please do remember to pick up the dish from Sarah.
I still have more recon to do in the wilderness. Well...
Let's meet again. What an interesting bunch you are.
Here, the gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut is ready to... And by the way, don't worry too much when Eula says...
Paimon's been meaning to ask. No one could stand this, but she seemed to get along fine with you and Amber just now.
The people of Mondstadt don't take kindly to anyone bearing the Lauren. They are unable to see past her family. Therefore, they don't actually see. So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially strips the meaning of anything she tries.
How come you're able to see Eula differently then?
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, it caused quite an uproar. Many people signed a petition demanding that the Knights reverse their decision. At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowded the entrance of the Knights of Favonius headquarters.
Whoa! So both sides...
That's right. So you can imagine how determined Eula must have been under. But thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of others in the Knights of Favonius, in the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of Favonius. But she simply fulfills her duty as a knight. Silently helping one, people like Eula should be approached with care and understanding. She could stand to be treated a little more fair. I believe a day will come when things will get better.
Once everything's settled, we should go talk to Eula again.
I'm glad. I think that would make her very happy. Take care. Please.
Let's dance.
Oh, so sorry. Cool it.
Nice and spicy.
Dodge this.
With the wind!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Cool it.
You're toast.
Wind blade!
A reward on the road.
The tent seems to be pretty tattered. Could this be another aristocrat?
Ah, it's you again. I thought I had rid myself of you. Magnanimous. Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow.
Wow, this guy thinks so high.
Ah, a kindred spirit, I see. Impressive. My intentions were to test your humility.
Oh, so he was testing us.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must say, such progress in such a short... If I may ask, from whence did you learn such a... Ah, good. Very good. You are bright. And compared with the...
By the way, we brought a gift. Pine...
Could this be? It's evident that your sentiment is genuine. It's been so long since I dug into a big... Ah, yeah.
Now even Pine...
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Wait, so you've come to know of... Well, considering your meticulous etiquette, you... Please, come with me. We happen to be... to see some... friends from a dis...
So he trusts us solely based on your...
Well then, let's get going.
Do you think his friends are the Fatui? Things will get sticky if the Fatui happen to recognize you. What should we do?
What's the hurry? Ha!
Huh? Why have you put on a mask all of a sudden? Even if they are powerful, and therefore we shouldn't allow them to admire our true
Good thinking. Paimon thought for sure they'd recognize us.
Let's proceed, shall we? As you'll see in a moment, there are many already helping us. I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius, but it's the only place around Mondstadt that is well concealed and spacious enough. Although it has fallen into disrepair and does not suit the tastes of the nobility, we simply have to make do for now.
Sorry, can we walk any faster?
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps. Moving hurriedly is unacceptable.
As expected, it's the Fatui!
As expected?
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favorable business.
Hold it right there! Who's this?
If you really must, they're my guests. If you happen to offend them in even the slightest...
But this matter is of utmost secrecy. We must...
You dare question the ways of a nobleman? I don't have...
No need to sound all high and mighty like... Fine. You may proceed.
You're with us. They don't dare to question you.
Of course. That is the benefit of prestige. In past times, it would be a dire offense to speak to a nobleman in such a manner. We could determine a person's fate with the blink of an eye. And such glory will return to me again before long.
Where have I seen this person? And who, may I ask, is this?
This is our new ally that I've recently met. They are...
Our plans are strictly confidential. Furthermore, there's been word that an outlander who joined the Knights of...
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, my guest is well versed in the etiquette of the Knights of Favonius. Pay no regard to such...
And what about this?
You...
Enough! You dare question my word? Need I remind, without the support of the Lawrence clan, you would have all been You must immediately offer your sincerest apologies to my friend.
Fine. I'll take your word and make no further inquiries. Now, to the matter at hand. Did you bring the diagram of Mon...
Oh, so that's what's going...
Yes, of course.
Let me see. Ah. Why is it so...
Excuse me? I'll have you know that that shape is the symbol of the Knights.
I see. Crude, but...
Of course, you needn't worry about that. Don't forget what we agreed upon. The rights to that building, as well as the whole...
Yes, we will both profit from this agreement. That we will make good use of the intel you provide.
Don't worry, this matter is only between you and I. Once this is over, I shall stand atop the Favonius headquarters and rebuke their pathetic rule over Mon... Perfect. Just...
May I remind you once again that we
Very well.
Huh? What are you doing?
That's right! It's the honorary knight and their trusty companion, Paimon!
So this was all just a ploy?
It's your own fault! Who would...
After so much planning, this is how it ends? Huh? We'll see about that!
Just as I expected. I knew I should have never trusted. No matter. We already have the
They're running off in different directions. Paimon remembers that this place is a dead end. Let's take care of the Fatui first and then do a super later.
Only just begun.
Boba, get them!
This one will be frozen in time. Free! You can't run! Stay right there. That all you got? Be killjoy! We've only just begun. Windblade! This catch your coolant!
Boba, get them! Eat this! The door is open. Let's go! Is that Eula?
Don't touch me! Get out of my...
It seems we finally caught up with you. Oh, it's you. It seems your investigation went well.
Aha! I see now. So you're the one that... Furthermore, there is a rule in our family. Such
Ah, yes. Rings a bell. So what?
You have brought shame to our family and ruin...
I know that you poured great efforts into these plans, Uncle. But you are well aware that it was not...
Knight of Favonias? Let's get one thing straight. You still have a chance. Defeat every knight of... Then I shall plead with the family to spare you.
So just to be clear, you want a knight...
I shall say this one last time. The blood of the Lawrence clan flows in your...
Since when have I ever complied?
Why?
If anyone should be angry, had you ever stopped to consider the trouble it would bring to so many people? Had you considered how many enemies you would make, trying to keep the...
You dare!
That's right. I've never experienced the age of glory you always speak of. But I am capable of discerning right from wrong. And I deeply understand what the Lawrence clan should never and will never become what you've dreamed it to be.
Oh, the disgrace of it all! How could...
Things are starting to get pretty hysterical here.
That's enough fuss for today. You two, take a Given that you've already taken action...
Paimon took a peek at their diagram. Your uncle...
And there was me thinking that he was just another elder of the family. Let's discuss this later. Our first...
Let's dance. Race you!
They're here! Stop them!
I'll protect us.
Dodge this! Windblade!
Out of the frying pan, it's...
Freeze! I'm so sorry. Cool it!
Nice and spicy.
With the wind!
Out of the frying pan, it's...
Dodge this!
Let's dance.
Cool it! Don't get frostbite this first!
Boba, get them!
That seemed to work. Freeze! sorry. Wind blade! You can't run! Disappear! Freeze! Should have given Cool it! Cover! Detoxifying me!
You're toast!
Fry! Don't get frostbite! This was well done! Unfortunate folks! Wind blade! Freeze!
Glava, get them!
Cool it!
Freeze to the core! Rack and ruin! Yeah!
So quiet!
Let's dance!
Oh, so sorry. Freeze! Let's go!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Send this your Cool it! I slipped up. Wind blade!
Eat this!
I guess this is it.
Race you! Race you!
Dodge this!
Here it is! That's where they put the diagram!
This here, huh? I guess there's no other option but to fight! Wind blade! You dare provoke me! Fatui, come forth and dispose of them!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
No escape! Freeze!
I'll protect us!
Wind blade! I must collect myself!
Nice and spicy!
Dodge this! Cool it! That seemed to work.
Vengeance will be mine!
Use this.
Eye for an eye!
Freeze!
Let's dance!
Death.
This must be it. They may very well, but without my uncle as their puppet.
The Fatui wouldn't have relied only on your uncle.
True. But if their plan had hinged purely on taking the Fatui are dishonest, but they wouldn't go as far as to start an open... Anyway, I'll inform the acting Grandmaster. She'll know...
Oh yeah! You suddenly...
Yeah, about that. Because you stole my targets by attacking the Fatui I'd been tracking early. I came to exact my vengeance. You tried to do my job for me.
Finally! After all the... In reality, you sensed that something might... You were worried about us and your uncle, so...
My purpose was vengeance. Don't... You don't look too bright. And mark my words...
Hey! What do you...
You have ceded at... Even if you were to be completely destroyed, I would never...
Bring it on! Sure!
That you will.
Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
After right hand, into the butt!
Disappear! Wind blade!
You're toast! Nice and spicy!
Dodge this! With the wind!
Out of the frying pan! Let the show begin. That really
Freeze! This one will be frozen in time. Wind blade! Cool it!
Want a taste of my hammer?
Boba, get them! Nice and spicy!
Replace my hammer.
Fry!
Becomes hunted. Picked the wrong test subject.